You don't need a mansion or a Hollywood name to leave behind a story that's more than just fame.
Me to need a will, just a family, or a cat plotting world domination. Welcome to Celebrity Estate Chaos, where we prove a lot of things. Like how estate chaos isn't just for millionaires with private islands, anyone with stuff, relatives, or that one weird collection you think nobody's fighting over. And chances are, they will.
Imagine, finding a lost $20 bill in an old coat pocket. Feels good, right? Now, imagine that same feeling, but on a scale of billions. We're talking about fortunes forgotten, locked away, or sometimes just vanished into thin air. And it's not just physical cash anymore. It's increasingly digital wealth, too. So today, our mission is a deep dive into this, literal digital graveyard of lost fortunes. We're going to unpack why so much wealth goes missing, dig into some surprising and, honestly, sometimes kind of funny stories behind it all. And most importantly, we want to show you how to avoid this very real, very expensive fate.
It's truly astonishing when you look at the scale of it. And what's fascinating here is we're really dealing with two distinct, but increasingly connected types of lost wealth. You've got your traditional unclaimed funds, and then this rapidly expanding problem of lost cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Just to give you a shocking figure right off the bat, estimates suggest around 20% of all Bitcoin, that's something like 3.7 million BTC, has already, gone to die. At today's valuations, that's over $250 billion USD. Just inaccessible. And the critical thing here, like you said, this isn't usually due to hacking or theft. It's simply a lack of access. Maybe a forgotten note, a lost password.
Wow, okay, $250 billion in crypto alone. That figure is just astronomical. But how does that stack up against, say, the traditional unclaimed money you mentioned? Is that problem still a big deal, or has crypto sort of overshadowed it?
Oh, it's absolutely still significant, hugely significant. If we connect this to the bigger picture, like you said, traditional unclaimed money in the U.S. alone is estimated at over $70 billion. And it's rising. We're talking about over $20 billion in unclaimed property right now. Things like, forgotten bank accounts, insurance payouts, maybe uncashed pension checks. Just sitting there waiting to be claimed. Actually, get this, over $5.3 billion was returned to people just last year.
$5.3 billion return, that's still massive.
It is. And if you want a sense of how widespread it is, look at some states. New York is holding something like $17 billion. California, nearly $10 billion. Texas has over $7 billion. It's just a staggering amount of wealth that becomes inaccessible. Not because someone stole it, but really just through oversight, simple human error.
Right, oversight. Makes me wonder, what does this actually mean for real people? Because behind those numbers, there must be some, heart-wrenching stories. And I hear maybe some are even kind of funny disasters if you're not the one losing the cash, I guess. Is there a common thread here beyond just, forgetting a password?
Yeah, that's a really important question. Why does this keep happening? I think it's because crypto investors, as some of our sources put it, are often sort of part doomsday prepper, part wizard, and part, I'll remember it later guy.
Look, we love security. Maybe sometimes we take it to grave level extremes without thinking about the recovery part.
That paradox, yeah. Security versus human error. It really comes alive in some of these specific stories. Like, take the infamous case of Gerald Cotton, founder of the Canadian crypto exchange Quadrigai CX. He died suddenly in India, apparently, and oops, he was the only one who had the passwords for the exchange's cold wallets. Over $190 million CAD in client crypto just vanished with him. Some people even think he might have faked his death. It's a wild story. And then there's Matthew Mellon, an early XRP investor over in the U.S. He died with reportedly over $500 million in crypto. And again, nobody could access it. His family apparently described him as pretty secretive.
Mm-hmm.
The insight here really is that while crypto is incredibly robust against, external attacks, it's remarkably fragile against internal human error. It's that ultimate single point of failure.
That single point of failure.
Mm-hmm.
It's astonishing how often it's just a misplaced memory or a lost piece of paper. The one that really gets me, personally, is Stefan Thomas.
Yeah.
German guy living in the U.S. He holds 7,002 Bitcoin today that's worth, around $500 million in a wallet, and he lost the password. And the kicker is he has only 2 guesses left on his iron key. That's a specialized hardware device, right?
Yeah.
And to be super secure, 2 guesses left before it self-destructs, potentially wiping the key forever. Just imagine that pressure. 2 guesses. It's like something out of a movie.
Oof. Yeah. Or, almost as agonizing, James Howells in the UK. He accidentally threw out a hard drive, just tossed it, containing 8,000 BTC. Now he's literally lobbying the city council to let him dig up the landfill to find it. These aren't just, one-off bizarre mistakes. They really illustrate a systemic lack of planning.
And for something maybe a bit more relatable, though still painful, there's a Bill from Brooklyn, a Reddit user apparently, his dog. This 24-word seed phrase. You know that list of words that's basically the master key to a crypto wallet. He had written it on a napkin.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The dog's okay, thankfully. The wallet, definitely not.
Oh, man. And it gets even more, elaborate sometimes. Consider the story of the escape room will. This tech-savvy guy, he hid his seed phrase, the key to his crypto, inside 4 different puzzle boxes hidden around his house. Each box needed a riddle solved to open it. Clever, right?
Sounds clever, but I sense a but coming.
Yeah, the problem was his family didn't even know what a seed phrase was. They found the notes and genuinely thought they were instructions for, gardening or something.
Oh my God, so the inheritance is basically locked in a permanent escape room.
Pretty much. Or how about the unfortunate situation of, Alexa, what's my wallet password? A woman apparently stored her wallet recovery phrase as a voice memo on her Amazon Echo device.
Okay.
After she passed away, her son tried everything to get Alexa to play it back. Alexa just kept saying something like, "I'm sorry, I can't help with that yet."
Wow. So these stories, yeah, some have a darkly humorous edge, but they all point to the same core issues, right?
Exactly. Seed phrases just memorized and then forgotten, hardware wallets hidden too well with no mention to anyone, or simply not including any of this in wills or even just casual conversations with family.
It sounds like a comedy of errors, but like you said, for the people involved, it's absolutely devastating. But okay, here's the good news, right? This isn't inevitable. It doesn't have to happen. Our sources actually provide some incredibly practical steps you can take, like today, to avoid becoming one of these cautionary tales. We've boiled it down to 5 key tips to keep your coins out of the crypt.
Exactly. Let's walk through them. It's actually quite straightforward. First, write down your wallet info securely. And critically, this does not mean on a Post-it stuck to your monitor or in your phone's basic notes app. No. Think about using properly encrypted backup methods, secure offline locations, maybe a safe deposit box, an encrypted USB drive stored safely, or look into trusted password managers that actually have specific inheritance features built in.
Okay, so secure storage, offline preferably. Got it. What's next?
Second, tell someone you trust. And, the real insight here isn't just telling someone vaguely. It's about establishing a clear inheritance protocol. You need to ensure that trusted access is both secure and actually actionable when needed. Choose someone who, won't forget, and who understands the importance of what you're entrusting them with. Even better, give your estate planner or maybe a designated digital executor some basic instructions before it's too late. Not the keys themselves, maybe, but instructions on how to find the keys.
Right, so planning who gets the info and how they get it. Makes sense. Number 3.
Third, use multi-sig wallets or maybe look into dead man switches. Multi-sig basically means multiple keys are needed to authorize a transaction, so you can share that responsibility. Dead man switches are tools that can automatically trigger access or send information if you're inactive for a set period, like if you haven't logged in for 6 months, maybe. Sounds a bit like something out of James Bond, I know, but it's far better than just ghosting your heirs with no way in.
James Bond rules. I like it. Okay, 4th tip.
Fourth, include it explicitly in your will or trust. And don't just vaguely list digital assets. That's not enough. Be specific. You actually want to say something like, my wallet on the Kraken exchange, my MetaMask wallet holding my NFTs, my $500 worth of Shiba Inu. No judgment.
No judgment. Specificity is key then.
Absolutely. The clearer you are, the easier you make it for everyone.
All right, and the final tip.
And finally, number 5, leave plain English instructions. Seriously, if your heirs don't know a blockchain from a block of cheese, don't make them suddenly become crypto experts overnight while they're grieving. Write simple, clear steps like, Step 1, open the old laptop in the closet. Step 2, click the green icon named Wallet. Step 3, use the password written on the laminated card in the safe. Taco Tuesday, 2022.
Okay, maybe make the password a little better than that.
Yeah, definitely make it better than that. But you get the idea. Make it foolproof, easy to understand, easy to follow.
It really is remarkable how relatively simple precautions can safeguard what might be immense wealth. These tips sound incredibly practical and frankly, a bit like common sense when you lay them out. But is there like a downside to something like a dead man's switch? Or are there any potential pitfalls listeners should be aware of with these tools?
That's a really excellent question. Because, while they're incredibly useful, the main pitfall is often misconfiguration, or maybe choosing an unreliable third-party service for the switch. Like if the parameters for the switch are too sensitive, maybe the inactivity period is too short, it could trigger prematurely while you're just on a long vacation or something.
Oh, right. Didn't think of that.
Yeah. Or conversely, if it's set up too loosely, it might not activate when it's actually needed. So the key is really finding that right balance and definitely choosing a reputable, trustworthy service provider if you're going the route of a third-party dead man switch. Ultimately, like you said, it's just about preparedness, not paranoia. Just taking sensible steps to ensure your hard-earned assets don't just vanish into the digital abyss. And stepping back for a second, if we connect this to the bigger picture again, this really isn't just about crypto or even just forgotten bank accounts. It speaks to the whole evolving concept of, our financial legacy in this increasingly digital world we live in. Knowledge, like wealth, is most valuable when it's understood, accessible, and can be applied. And that applies just as much to planning your financial future and how it gets passed on.
Well said. They'll be the ghosts with the gold, right? You should really think of this kind of planning, like crypto estate planning, as your final mic drop. It's your way of saying, hey, I was ahead of my time, and I didn't screw over my family with a bunch of mystery keys and missing coins. Because, let's be honest, while holding on to your crypto for the long term is admirable.
Haunting your family from beyond the blockchain because they can't find your keys. Not so much. Your legacy really shouldn't be some frustrating scavenger hunt that just ends with tears and ultimately zero access. So we definitely recommend you check for your own unclaimed funds. You can use official sites like missingmoney.com or unclaimed.org. It takes like 2 minutes. And for those of you listening who are thinking about getting serious about your digital estate, there are loads of comprehensive guides out there now, specific emergency and crypto estate planning books. Things like passing on your crypto wealth, or maybe don't let your digital fortune ghost you. Look into them. So the question to leave you with is, what will your financial legacy look like? Will it be clear, accessible, a testament to your foresight? Or is it going to risk becoming another one of these chilling tales from the digital graveyard?
That's a wrap for today's chaos. If you learned something, laughed a little, or now feel slightly more prepared for life's curveballs, we've done our job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere podcasts make you rethink your to-do list. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if it's important and unexpected, we probably cover it. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.